We are on unit 5, which is all about exponential functions, and we're only on lesson 2. So if you didn't understand the first lesson or if you were absent, it's okay. You can go back and rewatch it. You could ask some questions still. We're not that far in. We're on lesson 2, which is to compare different patterns of growth. So by the end of the lesson, you can use words and expressions to describe patterns in tables of values, then you met the goal. Or like when you have descriptions of, and we haven't really talked about, well, we've talked about linear before, but we haven't super talked about exponential relationships yet. But when you have descriptions of them, you can write expressions and create table of values to represent them. So just in case you didn't already know, I record all the lessons just like I'm doing right now, and they're linked in the slides for sorting. Everything is sorted by day. So whenever you're absent, look for the week, look for the day, and the slides have everything in there. Even if I didn't necessarily go over the slides in class, they're in there. The videos are in there. The assignment is in there. So this time it's a puzzle piece. You get 2 attempts on it. And then you're supposed to have a quiz tomorrow, but I forgot I have a training tomorrow, so I would never make you do a quiz where I couldn't like watch you. I thought about it and I was like, no. So I will move the quiz to Wednesday. So just be prepared on Wednesday. You will have a quiz over the first 2 lessons of this unit. This again, will like the assessments and deadlines sometimes change. Always look to Schoology for the most like up-to-date information. And also on a side note, stop talking. Anytime I am absent, I always leave stuff for you guys. Like never once, even when I was super sick, like I always leave stuff for you. So it's usually a video from last year. Or like I'll record the day before one of my classes doing a different lesson and all that stuff posted in there for you. There's always like a video for you to watch, an assignment for you to do, and usually I make you turn in your note sheet into Schoology too. So just hopefully that's a routine for you. If you're new, which I don't think there's really new people in here, but if you're new, your table members should know because they had plenty of practice last year or last semester. All right, so now back to the warm-up. You did not have to agree with your table mates. So I assigned a reporter just, so when we get to it later. But just for right now, if you picked table A as the one that didn't belong, raise your hand. Okay, Julian, why'd you say that table A didn't belong? Huh? No, it doesn't have to be the reporter.
Oh,
This time.
because the
So X doesn't have a consistent pattern. Do the other ones have a consistent pattern in the X? All right, so let's see, like in table B, they're going up by 2 each time for the X. Table C, just 1 each time. Table D, just 1 each time. This one is +1, +1, +1, and then all of a sudden it's +1. So I agree. Any other reasons why table A doesn't belong? All right, who said table B doesn't belong? Landon, why? The X goes up by 2. All right, do the other ones? No, at least not consistently, so good. Any other reasons for that one? All right, what about table C? No one chose that one as not belonging? Table D? Raise your hand if you said table D doesn't belong. All right, this time I'm gonna call on a table, and so even though you didn't pick that table as not belonging, you're gonna give me a reason why someone might say it doesn't. All right, so whoever the reporter is, we'll start with table 3 today. So table 3, why would someone say that C doesn't belong? So table 3 is Aubrey, Lucas, Mariangela, Peyton, whoever the reporter is. Give me a reason why table C would not belong. I don't want to spend all day on this one problem. Literally keep it moving. One of the four. Give me a reason why table C doesn't belong. So this one has a Y value of 256, which is much bigger than the rest of them. Anyone disagree with that? All right, table 4, why would D not belong? Y goes up by 4 instead of what? Okay. So then none of the other tables have the Y going up by 4. At least not consistent. All right, good. So that's it. Looking for those patterns, looking for reasons why something is different is all we're looking for in these tables. In the tables, the X usually represents what? An input, and the Y usually represents an output. So usually there's something being done to the X to produce the Y. You'll also see it as X just representing like a number in a sequence. So like in a pattern of numbers, they're saying like the first number would be 8, or the second number would be 16, and then you would have to figure out the pattern between the outputs. Other things that you guys didn't say, but that the book says for reasons why they don't belong. So for table A, they said that it's the only one that doesn't have an X value that starts at 0. Right, the other 3 do. This one starts at 1. So that's something else you could have noticed. Table B only has even values. So in the other ones, there's odd values at least once. This one is all even values. Table C, this one said that it's the only one that has non-linear growth. Do you guys know what that means? So when I graph this, it's not going to be a perfect straight line. According to this, the other ones have linear growth. If I graph them, I'll get a straight line, but this one is non-linear, so not a straight line. And then D, the book says that it's the only one that goes up by 4. And it's the only one that doesn't have 64 in the Y values. So the other ones do, and this one doesn't. All right, questions on the warm-up? All right, so here's the activity for today. We are looking at a food company that currently has 5 convenience stores. It is considering 2 plans for expanding its chain of stores, and plan A says open 20 new stores each year. So basically what we'll be doing is, and most of you have, some of you have less people in your groups, but most of you have more than 1 person in the group. Divide up the work. Someone completely, or 2 people completely fill out plan A's table, and the other 2 fill out plan B's table, and then go back together and make sure both tables are filled out. Because even though we already said who the reporter would be, it will change. So you all need to have talked about it so that it doesn't take like 20 minutes for one problem. It'll be like really fast. So, plan A is where they open 20 new stores each year. You and your group will complete the table. So if year 0 would be like what they had already. After 1 year, they had 25 stores. How much would they have at year 2? 45, and then you guys will continue year after year. For this column, it says difference from previous year. What does difference mean? How much more or less? What math operation would we do? Subtraction. So basically subtract from the previous year, or just find the difference between the two and put that in this column. So that's for plan A. We'll do these together, but if you want to read ahead, if you finish early, try to come up with those. Plan B would be to double the number of stores each year. So, and it says use technology because at some point, I'm sure you can't do all the times you do in your head, so it's a calculator. But then 2 other people in your group will complete this table. Well, let's do a few examples right now. If we started with 5 and the rule is that it doubles, how many do we have after 1 year? What does doubling mean?
It's 10.
It's times by 2. Good. So if we're doubling the stores each year and I started with 5, how much would I have after 1 year? 10. How much would I have after 2 years?
20.
And then you keep the pattern going. Figure out the difference year to year. That's what this column will be. And then this one has this extra column. It says factor for the previous year. What does factor mean? Or where have you heard of it before?
Isn't the factor the number ones?
Kind of, like, for example, 2 and 3 are factors of 6. Does that make it easier? Does that help you figure out what it is? Like, 2 and 3 are factors of 6.
Oh, yeah.
So, what does factor mean?
Factors are the
Okay, it's what they're being multiplied by. What it is being multiplied by. Not in this unit, but later in the unit, like in the school year, factoring becomes like a huge thing we do. So, we'll have more practice with that, but it's what's being multiplied by, like things that are multiplied together are factors. So I'll let you play around with that in your groups. I'll start with giving you like 3 minutes. So you are deciding within your groups who's doing the table for A, who's doing the table for B, and then you're sharing that information with each other. Okay, so go ahead and start. So I know probably some of you found it really easily. I'm still gonna rotate through tables, and when I get to your table, the reporter will just give me the one answer I want. So let them do it, whatever table. I know sometimes you just want to give the answer and get it over with, but I need to make sure that more than just like the same handful of people understand what's going on. All right, so the reporter will be the same one assigned as earlier, and then it will change. So keep that in mind too. We'll start with table 6. So table 6, what's going to be, and for plan A, the number of stores at year 3. 65. And guys, if you disagree at any point, just call out. But table 5. Table 7, what about year 4? For plan A. 85. Table 8, year 5, 105. Table 1, year 6. Table 2, year 7. Table 3, year 8. Table 4, year 9. And table 5, year 10. Good, any questions? All right, that is correct. Now the reporter will be whoever's to the right of the last reporter, okay? Let's figure out which way is right. And then when I get to you, just give me the one answer I want. Now we're on the difference from the previous year. So at year 0, there's no previous year, so just leave that one blank or a line like I did. Table 7, what's the difference from year 1 to year 0? Let's do guys, table 7, whoever the reporter. 20. Table 8, what's the difference from year 2 to 1? 40. Did you say 40? Anyone disagree with that?
Yeah, so.
What should we be subtracting? 45 minus 25. So from year to year, not from like what we started with, if that's what we're doing, just from year to year. Table 1, what's the difference from year 3 to year 2? Twenty. Table 2, from year 4 to year 3. 20. Table 4, from year 5 to year 4. Is it gonna be different?
No.
Why is it not gonna be different? Good. In the rule, if they add 20 new stores each year, so the difference should be 20 and nothing else. All right, it's not essential yet to know this as the common difference. But since it is the common difference, let's just write that down. So somewhere on your paper next to this table, put the common difference is 20. Because that's the difference each time. Consistently. What if we were subtracting 20 each time? What would the common difference be?
5.
No, not 20. So in this one, we're adding 20 each time, right? What would the common difference be if we were subtracting 20 each time? Negative 20 is correct. So the common difference is whatever you have to add to get to the next term. So we're adding 20 each time. So my common difference is 20. If we were subtracting, it would be negative because we're basically adding a negative, if that makes sense. The number would be going down. Good there? All right. So now on to plan B, where the rule is that it's doubling each time. So what table are we on? Are we on table 3? I think so. We'll just go with that. Table 3, for plan B year 3, what's the number of stores? Thanks, table 4, for helping out. Table 3, what will it be for year 4? 80. Table 5, what will it be for year 5? Table 6, what will it be for year 6? Table 7, what will it be for year 7? Table 8, what will it be for year 8?
1,180.
All right, table 1, what will it be for year 9? So It's okay if you don't have any, let me walk you to it. If I have 12 80 stores and it's doubling each year, what will I have in year 9? Aren't you the reporter? Okay, real quick. This is what I have in year 8. If it's doubling each year, what will I have in year 9? All right, and then table 2 in year 10, we would have 5,160. Any errors at all, class? Do we concur? Shannon? Oh, sorry. I left that. Okay, 5,120. All right. So yeah, take the previous number, times it by 2. So what's the difference means what? That we're gonna be subtracting from like where we're at currently. Minus like the previous year. So there's no previous year before the 0 year. So what's this one going to be? 5. Good, it's 10 minus 5 is 5. What about in year 2? What's the difference? Year 3. 20, because 40 minus 20 is 20. Table 3, what will it be at year 4, the difference from the previous year? 40, table 5. Table 4. Table 6. Table 7.
6, 4.
Table 8. And table 1 again. Wednesday. Or anyone. 2,560. All right, so is the difference consistent like in the last table? So when we're doubling or tripling or quadrupling, the difference will not be consistent throughout. As you can see, which is why we have this additional column that says factor from previous year. So you're gonna get to a point where it's like, is this an arithmetic sequence? Is this a geometric sequence? Is this linear? Is this exponential? I haven't taught you that vocabulary yet, but if you see that the pattern is not adding the same number each time, see if it's multiplying or dividing the same number each time. This factor is multiplying. So are they multiplying each time? What are they multiplying by? So in order to go from 5 to 10, multiply by 2. What about from 10 to 20? 20 to 40. Is it going to be the same all the way down? Yeah. So that should be your factor all the way down in the Plan B table. So that's what we multiplied by the entire time. Does that make sense? Any questions? All right, we didn't get to the expressions, but I'll have that recorded, the rest of the lesson recorded and posted for you to look at tomorrow. So don't lose your paper. You will finish it tomorrow and upload it to Schoology. And tomorrow in class, you'll work on your puzzle piece practice. So then just put it in that bin right there, and then I'll have you take it out on Wednesday and finish it. So Aiden, just don't submit it yet. Just, yeah.